Alright, hello lovelies. This is Ariel from the Tree of Life Tarot. And as you can hear from my voice, which is completely different from just a moment ago when I was reading on the election and results, it's very calm, very dignified. So right now I'm looking at I always almost mispronounce this guy's name, Hugh Grosvenor. I always end up with almost calling him Hugh Grant, but there we go. And his love life. It's interesting that looking at his love life, so the Two of Cups is about usually being in a relationship or being connected heart to heart with somebody. What's hidden is the King of Pentacles reversed. The King of Pentacles reversed is the kind of king I dislike the most in a reading, because he is a person with considerable power and with a considerable power who is not shy to use it against you if you don't toe the line. So I took out a different card to clarify this reverse card, and another reverse card came, and that is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is about worry, about sleepless nights. Usually it's an indicator that we have a problem that we cannot solve, that is so difficult that we cannot do much about it, and we just feel powerless. Reverse that is a good thing. So the king actually in here is using, I would say, not the best of methods. Can you see it? Not the best of methods to achieve their goals. However, they're doing it for a good reason, to help the I would say damsel with distress to not feel worried. So it's a bad card, but in this case it's for a good thing. So going back to the cards, we have the Lovers reversed. That's another good card when it comes to love readings, because when you have it reversed, it's like you've already made up your mind. And we have a 2, and this is 2. So he, in a way, it seems like he has already made up his mind about a lady. Usually it's about, so when we see let's say double cards, or cards where we have 2 images of people, like for example the 2 of Cups, we have 2 people joined together. We have the Lovers, 2 people joined together. We also have in the imagery of the Devil, 2 people joined together. So it's different joining together, but it also means in its interpretation, especially if you have doubles, it means love triangle. However, whatever the possibility of a love triangle was, Lover's reverse says, yeah, it could be, but I chose not to. So it's not there. Also, the Ace of Wands reversed. So the Ace of Wands is a good card for new beginnings. New beginnings. With the Two of Cups, I would say probably an engagement or marriage. Reversed could also mean, let's say, an engagement but not going public about it, not tying the knot. You're secure in, let's say, in what your in what your choice is, and you're saying there will be no others from now on. However, there is no official tying the knot. That said, those two cards, the two of I'll put it like that. The Two of Cups and the Lovers, they both have an imagery of, here we have let's say a flying lion, which is a very ancient Babylonian image or Mesopotamian image, and here we have an angel. So we have double blessing. And I also, when I opened the Akashic records of Hugh Grosvenor, I also did feel that there is a kind of a divine. I was going to say blessing, but it's not exactly blessing. It's a divine. Okay, a divine okay for like a ceremonial celebration. What that means is, for example, if we have someone like that who has found their love and they have chosen them, even if they go into the woods and say to each other, I love you, I want you, we are together for the rest of time, and their witness is a single tree, that tree is their blessing. So there still is a ceremony, there still is a divine blessing. So apart from what we are used to as mundane, secular tokens of betrothal, there are divine ones. So over here, what we're seeing is that whoever he has his let's say heart and mind set on, it's okay to not it's okay to not rush into big weddings. I'll put it this way. So the lady in question is Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a lady who has a status of her own, wealth of her own, self-confidence of her own, a well-rounded lady. A well-rounded lady that, in a way, depends on where we put the King of Pentacles, where we put him here. If we put him here, he's looking at the Queen is not looking at him. If he puts him here, he's not looking at her, she's not looking at him, everybody's looking at their own situation. So again, I don't know, I instinctively had to put it here, so I'll leave it at over here. I'll come back to this one, but this card is the card of the Five of Swords is the card of going back to, for example, if this card very often comes up when you break up with someone, but you keep friends, kind of like, you know what, it's, yeah, the door is closed but not exactly shut, so there is always a possibility of a backup plan that can, you know, yeah, not ideal, but if nothing else, I can go back to that. So that's the type of card. When you have it reversed, so the old is the old is in the past. Let's say the past is in the past. So I don't know if those two are together already. What I'm seeing is the Ace of Wands is also the card of materialization, and reversed is that of a seed not growing. However, he has already chosen. Yeah, he has chosen, and he has chosen to not go back to some old flame, or not go back to the past, let's say, just turn a new page or something like that. So it's a bit complicated. I am personally a little bit worried that there's an interesting and good card. At the same time, the king is not looking at the queen, and the queen is not looking at the king. So it's weird stuff. It's weird. Let's see, we already have a big video, but I'll look quickly about, in a different way, about his love life today. So I'll go like this and like this. I think I've already had this mentioned about how to do a soulmate reading. So we have the Knight of Swords reversed. So he's no longer combative, no longer in a fight mode. The Seven of Wands upright, he's standing his ground. This could also mean invisible enemies, but in this case, the feeling is that he's standing his ground and he's firm about what he wants, what he doesn't want, and where he's standing. And the Nine of Wands reversed is, so the Nine of Wands upright is about just standing and waiting, just waiting. Reverse that, he's no longer waiting. So let's see what the cards are going to say about him and a possible soulmate. So a new person. Okay, I'm going to read the cards in a separate video because this is interesting. Again, because what's interesting is that we have repeating cards showing up. And there we go. So I'm going to really look into that in a separate video. So talk to you soon. Bye.